Welcome to Your Known Unknown, where Source and I will help to shed light on what's unknown to you. Been a while since I've been on. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, welcome. If you're seeing my face again, thank you for everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to do a polling just to see what these general messages are, what we need to see. I don't know. It's going to be whatever it is. So without further ado, let's get to it, let's into it, and let's pull some cards for us all today. Get a little bit of my stimmy juice. I'm going to ring a bell to clear the energy. Maybe turn down your volume if you're sensitive to sound. Sorry. Alright, this is not for any sign specific. Yes, we're using tarot, but we're just gonna connect. We're gonna talk. We're gonna see what needs to be seen. I'm gonna pull the cards and then we'll read them. Maybe you're coming into this video for a sense of needing to rebalance, recalibrate, whatever that means to you and your situation. You need to sit inside of your sense of what it means to do. So something is keeping you something is kind of suffocating you or kind of keeping you a little contained. And I'm definitely gathering that it is a self-to-self thing. Something within you is keeping you contained. Now it could be something that's because of something external from you. For instance, say you got a partner, say you're going through all this shadow work and you have a partner and you've thought one way for a long time, but now you're realizing, oh, maybe it is my thoughts that are causing a lot of these problems. And that disrupts your nervous system, that disrupts your sense of self when you're like, oh shit, is it my fault? I don't know. We won't know. But that's the external reason to be keeping you contained, and you're kind of afraid maybe to try expressing yourself, expressing what it is that you need to be balanced in. Why you need to be balanced doesn't really matter. The fact that you need these things needs to matter, and the world needs to work with that around you and respect your boundaries with that around you, where you're allowed to express yourself freely. The Hanged Man reverse. Even yet, Maybe you're the one that's correct with all of it. Maybe you actually are right. And that breaks your heart to be the one that's right. To see the things that you can see. To be the person that you know you can be. Maybe that's the tower moment, the ego death. It's like, yeah, I know that if I just change everything in life again, I get to be free or freer. That's a tough pill to swallow, because sometimes what if we're not ready for love? Sometimes what if we're afraid we're not ready for love? What if we are afraid that we're not ready for abundance, for success? I have the Knight of Cups, so for love. What if we feel like we're not ready for love, or we feel like we're broken, or we feel like we're imbalanced, when in all reality, you're the Empress. You're in tune with your inner regalia. Maybe you keep yourself in check to maintain the status quo. Maybe you know that you can do it all. And maybe you're kind of over that too. Maybe that's the constriction that's happening, is that you're like, if I let go, I might not make it, Whereas if I keep it tight, keep things where they're placed, we might be able to make it, but I will be exhausted. I will be not fulfilled. It will be a challenge. And what if nobody else is around to help me do that? So it's all on my own. So I look back at this current moment when I'm in my future self, and I have resentment. I have pride, the negative, toxic kind of pride where you're like, well, I did it and you didn't, like that. What if? And to me, it sounds like the options are like, either be yourself, express yourself, and let what needs to fall, or constrict yourself and still it's a 50-50, but you feel like shit the whole time. You don't feel good, you feel numbed out, you feel dissociative, right? Maybe you are worthy of love, and maybe the love that you want is actually there, but it's within you, which means that working on yourself will be a key, guaranteed. I'm not going to guarantee it's the key, but it's absolutely a key. You work on yourself, you get one key to unlock, no matter what. It doesn't matter what it unlocks, it just matters that you're unlocking stuff within. There's a dedicative sense to you, like you are dedicated to achieving what you're trying to achieve. And I'm not saying like you have goals, like, oh, I'm trying to build this empire of a career. Like, yeah, you're getting there, you will be there, but what if what you, like, and I'm saying you, not the you that's watching this video, the you that makes your heart beat, the you that takes the breaths in, the you that tells you if your trauma is triggering or charging fear or comfort in your nervous system, the autonomic you, your subconscious self, right? What if what you want to achieve is not the same that you think you want to achieve? What if we are subconsciously blocking and sabotaging ourselves by not taking the time to stop and be like, what do I really want? Not what do I think I want? What does my soul crave? What is it needing? And what do I do to get there? And what tasks am I capable of achieving in order to unlock the doors, all the doors that I need in life to become what I am truly? And paradoxically, accepting who you are currently, constantly, right? It is a paradox, one that makes you feeling fucking sane, but the insanity is reality. We gotta understand that. Whether fluoride's in your water or not is not some point of focus. It is a distraction. You resonate at a frequency, your environment reflects that frequency. You just have to give it time to materialize and not be too impatient. So you practice patience, you practice to contain the acceptance of a paradoxical reality. I'd say you should adopt some stoic philosophies and beliefs into your being. Get some patience under your belt. Get a little bit of discipline that creates real pride, so you're proud of yourself. And understand that everything that feels good is just a chemical called dopamine. And if you can control that and not just worry about feeling good, but being good, peace comes naturally with that. We think it's boredom, but it's really peace from within that we're cultivating. So we can think bigger, we can think safer, we can breathe more, we can expand bigger, you know? What if you already have the love and it is within, but we're just so distracted with what's outside of us that that distraction confines us into thinking that there may be something wrong with how we're thinking and what we're doing. And that's not the case. The case is the hologram reflecting back to us is mirroring what we need to express and what we need to experience and what we need to give ourselves. What if? What if you don't want a dream job? What if you are already your own dream? You are your own dreamer. To balance that manifestation, you need to become your own doer too. Creator. What if you are already in love? And the love that you are not feeling is reflected from what you're not allowing yourself to see about yourself. That's cultivating the pain and the numbness and the distance between you and your closest ones. What if? But what if you are already that love and it's not them, it is you. And it's always been you. And because of that, it is in your own control once you face and accept the fact that it is you. What are you afraid? What elements in your life are lagging? You're here on this channel. You have some self-awareness about you, meaning you understand what some strengths are and you definitely understand what some weaknesses in you are. Some of those elements need focus. Some of those things need to be said and expressed. I'm getting a lot of a sense of attachment styles in what I'm feeling. Maybe you're not in a secure attachment style and you're trying to navigate a relationship on a surface level reality. You're a deep person here on this channel. You're deep as shit. Maybe you're not meant to date ultimately, but you're still a person and you're accepting it and trying and testing the waters. We all have a past. We all have been hurt. We all have boundaries. What if that boundary is what you need to get over and express? You fall in love. You might not be the healthiest attachment style, but you're aware of that and you're trying to do the best that you can. What if nothing's ruined? What if work just needs to be done? And some of that work is using the elements that you know you're not quite confident in, and asking that person, may I please try to apply this to see if this helps for a little bit. If they love you, they'll accept it and try it with you and wait and see. But you have to be accountable and you have to be reassuring. You know, you can't just go up to somebody and be like, hey, I want to change real quick and here's how, and that's just the way it's going to be. No. Love your person. Don't affect them. Don't affect your person. Your person's allowed to feel and think and have an opinion respectfully and divinely in all the ways you do too. It is their reality shared as much as yours, and you have to hold space for that and accept their decisions as well. Maybe they don't want to go through that, and that's that. You've done nothing wrong, but maybe you need some space. Maybe you've been great and you want it to continue to be great, but you're so self-aware that you understand, hey, my emotional battery is different than it was prior to this person, so I'm experiencing this emotion. What would my regulated self do? How would I act? What communication would need to be brought up? How would I state what I need and feel safe doing that? I don't know if that makes sense, but to me it does. The magician came out. And so what in your reality can you use to remedy the situation, to alchemize the situation, to create your own chance to step forward from number 1 to number 2, you know, from the next in sequence in your story. You need to remove some fears from yourself, whatever you're afraid of. Are you afraid of disappointing somebody? Are you afraid of hurting them or making them feel like they're bad by the decisions you're making? I feel like this is about a person. I take that back. I don't feel like it's fully about a person. I feel like you feel like it's about a person. In all reality, you're getting a big reflection of what you are to you. It's not about a person. It's just the person is the biggest reflection being brought forth. It's the brightest color in the rainbow right now that's shining back at you. You're afraid of being alone. You're afraid of being right. You're afraid of being misunderstood. You're afraid of being hurt and betrayed again. And you're realizing that you've probably accumulated a lot of protective ways of thinking that now you're seeing might not have been the best, but they helped you get out of some trauma and some of your past. They helped you get to where you're at now, which is succeeding. You've been succeeding. You've been doing a good job. But you're allowing these distractions to afflict you so drastically right now that maybe something like taking a step back from them, which could be the hardest or most different thing than you would do, might just work a little bit to keep maintaining yourself, because you're still healing from traumas. You're still healing your nervous system from CPTSD, from childhood traumas, from life, from negative experiences, from betrayal, from heartache, from loss, blah, 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 blah. And you want to share your time with whatever this thing is, and this thing ultimately is your reality, because your reality is a reflection of your career, your relationships, your environment, your lifestyle, who you are, what your body is, what your body is in. But now that you're made aware of this, this is when the steps start to become taken. So don't be too hard on yourself right now. Right now, you're feeling it. You're in the feels. The new moon in Scorpio is coming up. You're becoming deep, emotional, intuitive, connected deep within. Embrace going within. Your partner, your job, your life should accept the fact that you need a personal day. And if they don't, and you become shamed about that, or you feel weird or guilty from any of those things, that's a sign that they don't have your best interests in mind, and that you're working with a selfish entity of sorts, something that is taking as opposed to reciprocating or giving. And those are pieces of your life that we kind of need to start to work towards focusing on, to untraumatically alter and shift and sway out of our reality, change it, and replace that energy with something more positive, more giving, more reciprocative. And just trust the process. Trust that by just being and actually doing stuff, by just doing, you can't just think, you can't sit, but just doing. Trust that the process will unfold naturally, and that what you feel, what you think, what you know, what you experience is supposed to be. And as much as destiny holds true, it's always in your hands as well. It's paradoxical. And you have to come to terms with that, and knowing that you get to choose. Allow faith to create for you, or allow you to be grateful and connect for faith, and create and co-create, and even more co-create together, one day at a time. I have the Hierophant here, and it's very interesting that it came out. It came out with 2 keys on it as well, ruled by Taurus. There's snakes and 2 turtles. There's 2 more symbols that I don't remember the words for, but they're very important symbology. Just feel the feels, don't resist the feels, communicate the feels as authentically as you can. You know, you're happy yesterday and you look like me today, and you're like, whatever. Well, people are concerned about that. And so you have to be aware enough to be able to say, hey, I'm not upset with you. I got a lot on my mind and I need to do my thing. Nothing against you. If it's work, hey, I tell them you're sick. They can't say no. Be like, I'm sick of shit. Right? But enjoy your time. Utilize your time. Don't just pilfer it away. And forgive, forgive, forgive. Allow the universe to move what needs to be moved for you, not by you. And be grateful and forgive and accept and trust that what you're feeling is okay. We breathe into it and we breathe out of it. We don't say the first things that come to our mind. We shut up for a bit and we think before we speak. And we communicate to these entities, these people. We say, hey, I'm just thinking before I speak so I don't say something wrong. I unconditionally love all of it, all of you, and we're working through this together. Things are safe. I'm just feeling different, and I'm trying to understand that. That's exactly right. Trust the timing of things. Don't push them. Trust the timing of things. Don't push it. The deeper you feel, the more of a karmic lesson it is. So just remember, like, the more you feel, the more you'll learn, the more you'll advance. So we keep our discernment about us, our wits about us. Try to balance, try to focus, try to not be sneaky. No need to be quiet. We are aware, we are stoic, we are capable, we are fair and just, we are accountable, we are diligent, we are resilient, and we are love, always, no matter what. First and foremost, we are forgiveness, we are love, we just are. Right? Trust the timing of what comes in and trust the timing of when it goes out. And practice your morals and virtues. Practice them. Put them at play. Last card. have some empathy. It came out and fell down right on the Hanged Man reversed. Empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation, right? So communicate and be strong enough. Practice some strength. Be strong enough to not be affected to somebody else's way of communication, especially if they're new to you. And them practicing things like telling somebody what their problem is not an easy thing for them as well. If everything around you is a mirror, you gotta kind of stop and think that maybe these free thinkers around me to some degree have similar thinking traits. Obviously, magnets, we're attracting as well. Maybe have some empathy. Maybe they're going through a hard time too. Maybe your work isn't really communicating very well because things are problematic. And nobody's confident in that. Maybe everyone around you is not confident and you are the most direct and confident one, and that's kind of what put you on the burner in the first place, was speaking your mind passionately when no one else was in a space to understand where you're coming from. Well, so what do we do in those situations? We forgive and we understand, hey, maybe I came off abrasive to them. Maybe you could have came off way more off the flying off your fucking Richter, and been like, dude, that. And you're just finding out these things about you because, it's the way the universe works. You find out things you can work on as soon as you're done working on something else. It never stops. You don't get a break. Embrace it. So have some empathy. Empathy kind of envelops forgiveness, acceptance, compassion, all in the same word. Trust the timing, trust your timing, trust yourself, forgive yourself, be empathetic to yourself. Look at both sides of your own equation and see where you stand. More confusing, remember everything's a paradox. Maybe the plus and your minus in your life both have their own pluses and minuses, yins and yangs, masculine, feminine, explanations and representations that you have to navigate and figure out on your own, crazy person. Give yourself the time to do that. Just little bits add up. So we're complete. I hope there was something in this message that can benefit you, can guide you. I hope any of this resonates. If it does, do the do. Like, share, subscribe. Try to push this out. I feel like the bigger the following, the more the messages, the more fun we can have. And my intent is to have this message find whoever needs to find this in the proper place they need to at the proper time, as always and forever. So, you can join me in with a deep breath while we disconnect. With that, we are complete. I love you, and until next time.